Next is calls in arrear. Calls in arrear means calls are not paid yet. See, as you all know, when the company issue their share to the general public, they receive money in installment. The first is application money. The second, when the shares allotted to the shareholder, at that time also they will receive money. And after later on, when the first call due, then they receive money on first call. Then the second call due, then they receive money on second call. What happened when one or two shareholder refuse to pay the calls money or allotment money? When a shareholder fails to pay the allotment or any amount or any call which is due to him, that is known as calls in arrear. Clear this thing? And to deal with this calls in arrear, we have two methods. First method is without opening calls in arrear account. See, it is not necessary to open calls in arrear account. We can deal with calls in arrear by writing the less amount when we receive the money. For example, for this we'll take one example, then it will be more clear to you. For example, a company has issued 10,000 share and the first call is due on this 10,000 share, which is rupees 2. First call. When the first call due, we all know the entry for the first call due, which is share first call account debit to share capital. When this is installment due, with this entry will inform the shareholder to pay for the first call. That is 10,000 at the rate of 2, means total 20,000 rupees is due from the shareholder for first call. Clear this thing? Now come to this point, when one shareholder who is having 500 shareholder who is having 500 share is refused to pay the money, or you may say it's failed to pay the money which is due on him, then in that case we will receive the less amount. See, if one shareholder who is having 500 share is failed to pay or is refused to pay the money, then what will happen? Will receive the less money. See, shareholder is having 500 share, it means he has to pay total 1,000 rupees to me, to the company, you may say. Clear? A shareholder is having 500 shares at the rate of 2 rupees. It means the person have to pay 1,000 rupees to the company. But now he is refusing or he is failed to pay this amount, so we will receive a less money. That situation is known as calls in arrear. And first method we are doing, in which we are not opening the calls in arrear account. Here simply we'll write we are receiving money, meaning bank account debit to share first call account. Here this 1,000 we are not receiving. This 1,000 will known as calls in arrear. The amount which a person is failed to pay. Clear? So out of 20,000, 1,000 we are not receiving. So how much we are receiving? 19,000. So simply we'll write here 19,000 rupees. That's all. Like this we can write without opening the calls in arrear account. Clear this thing? And now if we'll say that this shareholder is paying when the final call is due. Now he is paying complete final amount also, and this due amount also, which he had not paid at the time of first call. That may also happen. Clear? Now what will happen? We'll see. After this, we'll due the final call. Final call, for example, final call is of rupees when the final call due, entry will be share final call account debit to share capital account, which is 30,000 and 30,000. Now come to the question. They are saying the person who had failed to pay first call, now he is paying the final call along with the first call. It means the 1,000 which was left by this shareholder, that 1,000 is also paying along with the final call. Means we will receive at the time of final call. Entry will be, when we receive money, we'll make entry bank account debit to share final call. See, at the time of final call, there is no due, or you may say there is no failure. There is no calls in arrear. Means everyone is paying the money. Complete 30,000. That shareholder also paying the money. The final call also is paying. So at that time, 30,000 will receive for the final call, and that 500 at the rate of 2, that person is paying the first call also here. So at that time, we'll write here to share first call account, which is 1,000. It means total at the time of final call we are receiving 31,000. Clear this thing? Now come to the second method, which is by opening calls in arrear account. Second method says by opening calls in arrear account. It means in here we have to open the calls in arrear account. It means here will show where that money has gone. First entry will be same, because due entry will be same. We have to inform to the shareholder, share first call account debit 20,000 to share capital account, which is also 20,000. Now here will be a change. In this question, we are opening the calls in arrear account. It means to share first call account. Total amount is 20,000 rupees, and we are receiving only 19,000. 1,000 is loss for us, that we are not receiving. That's why, and that 1,000 will show in calls in arrear account, because we are opening the calls in arrear account. We'll write here calls in arrear account, which is 1,000. As you all know, calls in arrear is a loss for a company, so that's why I have debited. So bank account debit 19,000, because we are receiving 1,000 less. Calls in arrear account debit 1,000 to share first and final call. Sorry, to first call only. Now, in that situation, when the final call due, the same thing. The final call account debit to share capital, bank account debit 31,000 to share final call 30,000. Now here we will not write share first call, because that amount we have written in calls in arrear, and here we are receiving calls in arrear. And when we receive calls in arrear, that will become our income, or income always credit. So I have written to calls in arrear to account 1,000. There are two methods, by opening calls in arrear account and without opening calls in arrear account. When you open calls in arrear account is a loss, so always we will debit. And when we will not open that calls in arrear account, in that, under that method, we simply write the less amount in bank. Clear? Now come to the next, calls in advance. As you know, when a shareholder is failed to pay any amount which is due on him, that is known as calls in arrear. But this may also happen in the company, the shareholder pays amount in advance, or you may say a shareholder pays the amount with the prior installment in advance. The amount which is not due yet, but the shareholder has paid to the company, that is known as calls in advance. Calls in arrear is considered as an expense or loss, you may say. That's why we will debit the calls in arrear account. but the calls in advance is the amount which is not due yet on the shareholder, but the person has paid in advance. The person has paid, so that is income. So that we will credit in a calls. That's why we will credit the calls in advance account. Let's understand with the help of example. The same example I will take. A company issued 10,000 share and the first call is due. Which call is due? First call of rupees 2. First call of rupees 2 is due of rupees 10,000 shares, and one of the shareholder, a shareholder who is having 500 share with him, he has paid the final call also along with the first call. It means that person is paying the final call also. And final call is of rupees 3. The person is paying the first call, and along with the first call he is paying the final call also. That is known as calls in advance. Now what entry we will make? First of all, when the first call due, we make an entry share first call account debit to share capital account. Here total 10,000 shares are there and the amount of first call is 2. It means total 20,000 due on first call. Means we'll give information to the shareholder, yes, now it's time for a first call. After that, company will receive the money. We will write here bank account debit to share first call. And everyone has paid the first call. It means there is no calls in area. So complete first calls amount we are receiving. So I'll write here 20,000 rupees. Now, along with the first call, I am receiving the amount from one of the shareholder who is having 500 share at the rate of 3, which is 1,500. Means this amount also I am receiving along with the first call, and that amount which is not due yet. See, final call is not due yet, and we are receiving money of final call before the amount due to final call. So that is known as calls in advance. So that amount I will write in calls in advance, which is 1,500 rupees. But I am receiving, so in bank, so definitely it will go. Clear? Means bank account debit to share first call account debit, which is 20,000, and along with the first call, calls in advance is also there. The amount we are receiving, which is not due yet, 1,500 rupees. Clear this thing? Now, when the final call dues, the complete amount we will due, entry will be share final call account debit to share capital account. Now, as I told you, 10,000 shares and the amount of final call is 3 rupees. It means total 30,000 is due. But 1,500 already we have received. So we'll write here. First of all, when we receive money, we'll write here bank account. But this amount is already received in. So we'll write here calls in advance. The advance money which we have received, that is 1,500. And total money which is due on final call is 30,000. See, now out of 30,000, 1,500 we already received. So how much we will receive? 28,500 rupees. So that will goes in a bank account. Calls in advance we will debit because now it's due to share final call, which is 30,000. I hope the two things are clear, calls in arrear as well as calls in advance.